Hey kids, I thought this year I would start recording myself, and I've been thinking about this for a long time, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So I'm starting now. And so, what I wanted to do was I just wanted to make sure that you guys got to know your dad. And so I can introduce myself to you and just so you guys can know how I think and, what I enjoyed. And just so we have a recording of something like this. Because 2020 has been a crazy year so far. And it really started off with the death of Kobe Bryant this year in January. And everybody, like I know, was really shocked to hear the news. You guys are young, so you guys probably don't know who he is yet. But yeah, look him up. Even though I wasn't really a basketball fan growing up in LA, like his presence was just huge. And so it might sound morbid, but like his death actually got me to think about my own death. It might be a strange way of thinking, but I felt like if somebody like Kobe can go, then what about somebody like me? And then a few months later, it's 2020 and the illness hit, right? And so I'm sure you guys will study it in your history classes later on. And, we hope this isn't something that becomes more frequent in the future. But, right now you guys are 6 and 3. And so if something were to happen, I just felt like that you guys wouldn't have a chance to actually get to know who your dad was. Especially me being diabetic, I was really concerned that if I did get the illness, I would actually have a higher chance of death. I didn't want to leave you guys like that. So, as you know, your mom, your mom's father actually passed away when she was very young. She was about 5 years old when he died, and so she doesn't really remember much about him. She just remember. I think she only remembers a couple of details, and that's really the last thing I wanted for you guys. And just life, just you just never really know, right? And a few months ago, we actually learned that one of their our friends' kids, he was a few years older than you, and you guys probably aren't going to remember him later on when you guys watch this. But he died of a medical accident that was very preventable, and so yeah, I just really don't know. I just had to accept this year that no matter how much I prayed or how much I wished for something, we just have very little control over our lives. So, looking at the situation in the U.S. right now, with how many people refuse to take measures to prevent the spread, and the things going on politically, and things going on with police and things like that, and also just how crazy the planet's becoming with climate change and whatnot. Don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those people who would think like the end of the world is coming right now. Like historically, for humans at least, we live in the best period of humanity ever. People are more free and safer than ever in general, and people are more equal, and people treat each other more like human beings than ever. And we also know more about more about things medically, more about things scientifically, and just more about each other as well to not think about crazy theories. Although that doesn't stop some people. Yeah. So, but even then, I just had to accept that when the time comes, it comes. And so, I really love you guys, and I want. I want to know you as well, but I also want to be known by you. And so this is a project I wanted to do. To talk a little bit about me, your dad was very much loved by your grandparents. I'm sure I'm sure you guys also feel this as well, as they love you very much. And although we weren't wealthy by any means, they provided your father with everything. Your dad with everything I needed. And so your grandfather works hard even to this day. And a part of me thinks that it's because, he still works hard to spoil you guys, actually. And, while they were great parents to me, I still feel like I don't know them very well. Your grandfather isn't a man of many words. And also culturally, we're very different as they are Korean and I grew up more American. And so because of that, there are times where I felt like they didn't understand me and that I didn't understand them. And then also growing up especially during puberty, this caused a lot of conflict. And so, now that I'm older and I want to get to know them better, we live so far away so that we just really don't have a chance much anymore. And so it really makes me sad. And, this is this. Then I reflect this and think about you guys as well. Which is pushing me to do something like this. Um, Yeah, so also, I felt like when I was younger, especially during my teenage years, maybe my early 20s, I felt like I was an open book to my friends. Everybody knew who I was, I felt like, and I tried to be as honest as possible. But as I get older, I find that I end up speaking less of my mind. The thing is, I feel like now, you know, we as adults, we formed our opinions. We have, we're kind of set in the ways that we think, or a lot of people are. And so when I speak about something and somebody disagrees with me, it sometimes it causes offense. Sometimes it causes like a conflict in the relationship. And so I find that I often end up listening more and trying not to speak as much. And the more I've studied, I found the less confident I've become in what I know. So it's kind of funny because through your studies, I study because I want to know more, but then I actually get a glimpse of how much I actually don't know. And so also, many people that I love are conservatives, including your mother. And I used to be, but I no longer am. And so sharing my thoughts with them often lead to arguments, and arguments are just never really won. So yeah, for now, I find that with most people, I can't be completely open with my thoughts, which is why, at least in the beginning, I'm not exposing my face on this video just in case some people find it and they pick a fight with me. Basically, I mean, people have picked fights with me over Facebook posts, so yeah, but I still hope to share with you guys who I am truthfully and who I really am. And the last thing I want people to tell you is that I'm a good conservative man of God, because maybe at one point I was, but I no longer am. So yeah, I love you guys more than anything, and I actually realized that I never really knew what love was until you guys came along. You know. You guys often drive me crazy, but at the same time, I'm filled with just love and adoration when I'm with you guys. And it's kind of funny as a parent. If in life, if your highs are like this and your lows are like this, when you have kids, I feel like your highs are much higher, but your lows are also much lower. Yeah, so it's this is something I wanted to do out of love for you guys, and I'll try to upload one video a week at least. I don't know if I'll be able to, but maybe at some point I'll run out of things to say. And I don't think there will be any chronological order to things, as I'll kind of talk about things as I think of them. And especially I want to talk about things I don't want to share publicly too much. So yeah, and I'll also leave you guys information with maybe what age this is appropriate for you guys. Yeah, or something, maybe a lot of things I want to talk to you guys. There's something that you'll be old enough to listen to as you find these videos. And in case something does happen, I'll make sure some people do know about these videos so they can share them with you. Yeah. So, and also, I'm making these videos private on YouTube, in case somehow they're lost, or like the link could be lost, right? So that, like, even if something happens and nobody's able to share them with you, maybe you guys will be able to find the videos and watch them someday. Yeah. So with that, kids, I'm out. I love you, and I'm always proud of you. And so yeah, be good and be happy, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay. Bye.
아, 뭐해?
어?
왜 저기 빛이 나?
아, 방이 좀 어두워서 좀 더 밝으라고.
이상하다.
이상해?